And it's yours truly, Sir Charles. We have Razor, we have Aaron, and we have a very, very special guest with us right now. So I'm going to kick it over to none other than Miss Max to introduce our next segment.
Thank you. Our guest for this segment is the mother of Dashad Smith. And this is the young man who disappeared here in Charlottesville. How many years ago now?
It's been 5 years.
5 years. 5 years. So first of all, I want to thank you for taking the time out to come and talk to us. I appreciate you being here. How are you? These interviews, it's always special to be able to sit down with someone like this, but it's very difficult because I'm a mother and I can sympathize with you. So 5 years ago, your baby has been missing and you have maybe no more information than you did, when it first happened. How are you, the person?
Well, I'm hanging in there. Times get hard, especially around the holidays.
Yeah.
But overall, I have other children that I have to try to be strong for. So.
Yeah. Was Dashad the oldest child, the middle child? Where's he fall in the lineup?
He's the oldest child.
Yeah. Brothers and sisters miss him.
Oh yes.
Yeah. How do y'all get through? I know you have to be strong for them, but how do you, when a piece is missing like that?
We just have each other.
Yeah.
We have to depend on each other when we're feeling down. We have to talk to each other.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tell us a little bit about Dashad.
Yeah. Dashad was a great kid overall.
How old was he when he went missing?
19.
19.
19. He had turned 20 about a month later. But overall, he was, of course, every child has issues,
right.
But overall,
kids.
Overall, he was a good kid. Of course, because of his sexuality, he went through a lot more than probably the average kid.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, he was a good person.
Mm-hmm.
A good person.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What you probably don't know is that a number of years ago, when I worked for the Housing Authority, he volunteered there.
Okay.
So I knew exactly who they were talking about when, the unfortunate news was publicized. What do you recall your last conversation with him? I'm just trying to really kind of lift up the importance of who he was as a person.
The last conversation me and Dashad had was him getting ready to come to Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I had moved out to Louisa, bought a home there,
mm-hmm.
and he hadn't been there yet. So he was coming and surprising his sisters
mm-hmm.
for Thanksgiving because they hadn't seen him for a little bit.
Okay.
They talked to him, but they hadn't seen him for a little while. And we were just talking about, him coming there and what he's, doing that day and so forth. It was just a regular conversation. I did think it was kind of strange that we talked kind of long, and then after we talked, he texted me and he kept texting me. Mm-hmm. So it was I kind of did feel strange about
mm-hmm.
that,
mm-hmm.
but that was basically our last conversation.
How long before that conversation, after that conversation, did you find out that he was missing?
So that conversation, it was the next day.
Okay, so he was supposed to have come. Was he supposed to have come that night or something?
No, he was coming the night before,
mm-hmm.
and he was he was. I can't really remember, but the night before he mm-hmm. was supposed to come there.
Okay, no problem. Okay, but it was within a few days of him supposed to come to your house.
Yes.
And so he didn't show, or how did you figure out?
Actually, I believe it was his father had called me and asked me was he at the house,
mm-hmm.
and I told him no, and he told me that we couldn't get in touch with him. So that's when we started calling around.
Are the police any closer to figuring out what happened?
Not exactly. I think that they are getting some more information. Not saying it's the best information,
mm-hmm.
But they started the whole thing over again, trying to look through everything to try to see if they missed something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you this is kind of relatable because a number of years ago, probably about 15 or so years ago, I actually lost a child. After I lost that child, I could hear that child. You still hear Dashad?
I can hear him. Sometimes I can feel him. I feel him hugging me.
Yeah.
And
how often do you think about him?
All the time. All the time. Sometimes it gets hard, and I try not to think, but you
can't help it.
Can't help it.
Yeah. Okay, family, you're tuned in to In My Humble Opinion. This is Maxilia Robinson speaking with Latasha Dennis, the mother of Dashad Smith. What maybe you can talk to us about the next steps, and whether it be personal next steps, whether it be law enforcement next steps. Like, where do we go with here? 5 years, no solution.
The only thing that, at this time I can think of, as a community, we need to bring awareness as far as the media. People in the community need to ask questions, and any little information that you have, give it up to the police. Let them know. It could be the smallest little thing that you think does not mean anything, but it just might turn the whole investigation. So I think it's more about the community needing to come together, and if we want to solve this situation, this bringing Dashad home or just finding out what happened to him, then we all have to come together as a community and the local media.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that if you had more money, if you were a different color, if he were a different color, do you think we'd be any closer to maybe resolving this?
I feel that the fact that Dashad is African American, a male, and he is gay, I think that hindered the whole investigation. I feel like people, I don't mean to say this, but I feel like if he was white, that it could have got out there in the media more. People would have been more concerned for it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You're tuned into In My Humble Opinion. Maxilia Robinson here speaking with Dashad Smith's mother. And any closing remarks? Anything you want to leave our listening audience with, as far as, if you know anything, tell us. If anything you'd like to share.
If anybody knows any information, please call the Charlottesville Police Department and let them know. And it's still not too late to find him. So I don't know what to say, but to please, everybody, come together and let's get him home, because he's my son. He's also a grandchild, an uncle, a brother, and we miss him a lot.
Right. Thank you for coming in to talk to us.
Thank you.
Such a very difficult subject.
Thank you for having me.
And for all of the listening audience, this is going to sound terrible, but I don't want to ever have to be in the shoes where I'm begging somebody to tell me where my child is or what happened to my child. I know it's must feel like hell. Oh, yeah. Must feel like hell. And so for everyone listening, hear this mother's heart. And if you know anything, as minuscule as you may think it may be, or no matter who you think may, get into trouble because of it, this woman is missing her baby. All right? So please, if you know something, then say something. Tell somebody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you.